You know what?
Alright. Welcome, guys, to our second segment of Dungeons and Dummies. We do not currently have a Captain Ajani at the table tonight due to illness. However, we do have him in through an invisible voice in the sky. He is the new god.
Oh no, what has she done?
So with that being said, anyone who's watching, if you feel that the voice is coming through a little bit distorted through that end, let me know. I'll keep my eye on the chat for that, and we'll do our best to fix it. Other than that, we will get going. Who tonight would like to do the recap of what happened last week?
Why me?
You have it written down.
Dylan's volunteering.
Yeah, Dylan's currently volunteering, so I'll leave it up between you two, I guess.
You can go.
I
Go
want
ahead.
Sick Boy to do it just out of punishment for not being here.
Alright, Captain Ajani. You are being thrown in as our recapper.
You must suffer.
Recapper.
Alright. Well, everyone woke up or arrived in the town of Riverdale. We had Chad's character, Soraya, wake up in a body that was not the one she had fallen asleep in, and she had no idea how she got in there. I myself woke up in a house with another lady friend and had to sneak out, but her dad caught me and his guards chased me off the property. We had Carissa's character, also known as Snow, woke up in a prison, dragged her way out of her cell, and then killed her guard. Dylan, Minato, just kind of woke up on the dock and decided he was going to try and stay as drunk as he could. Quinn's character, I can't exactly remember what Quinn's character was doing in town, but
When you're unmemorable.
don't make me laugh. I can't remember what Quinn's character was doing in town, but I remember Darian's character, a little goblin, was looking for interesting people to kind of group up with, and we eventually all made our way to someone screaming for help after we had all kind of dealt with our own issues. We found a farmer who had run from his property outside of town and was looking for hands to deal with a jackal problem that arose on his property, and we all decided to take the job on agreement of a little small payment and dinner. When we made our way there, we found the property was under attack by jackal bears, which was more than we had originally signed on for, but we took care of the problem. And after killing them, they reverted back to normal jackals. We went back to town and let the farmer know that his property was now safe, and then we head back to his farm with him where he cooked us a meal, and we spent the night.
Alrighty. So everything there was good. You gain an inspiration point from that for doing the recap. The only thing I have to amend from that is, so far you haven't gotten to his farm to have said meal. You are still on your exit path.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that very much.
Fair.
It's fine.
Alrighty, so with recap being said, you are all following behind Old Man Jebediah, heading on out of the town of Riverdale, heading towards his farm to have yourself a lovely evening supper. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
Nartho complained. Nartho hungry.
I would like to keep an eye out just in case any more jackal bears show up on the trail on the way to his farm.
Okay. And you're complaining that you're hungry? I'm sorry, little one. We will get there shortly. Alrighty, and I guess with that being said, as you're all walking down your path, Norman, Captain Ajani, roll me a perception check, please.
Alright.
Oh no.
Oh.
16.
16. So far, about halfway down the path, everything seems to be pretty okay. Sun's going down. Nothing seems to be rustling and bustling throughout the crops that surround you. There's a slight breeze blowing your fur, blowing other people's hair. You still see your monk that's sticking around you, still wobbling from side to side.
Still tipsy.
Still tipsy.
Hasn't sobered up yet.
Will he ever?
He still refuses to tell us her name.
And you do still have a holy maiden that has refused to speak her name to the group, so everyone still refers to her as Honey.
That's why no one knows what she wants or where she's from.
Exactly.
Where'd I come from? Where'd I go?
Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Never unmemorable. It's just no one knows who you are yet in campaign. We just know you as Honey because you refuse to tell us your name.
Exactly. Alrighty, so you're gonna keep on keeping on?
Keep on keeping on.
We don't have a reason to not stop yet.
Wait, you said it was windy, right?
It's breezy.
It's a slight breeze.
It's enough to blow fur and slightly wave hair.
Would it blow Nartho's hood down so you guys could actually see he's a goblin?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's strong enough to blow a hood off of your head.
So you guys still think he's just a small man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially not if you have it like tied to like a cloak
Okay.
normally would be.
Yeah. Okay.
So we think he's a small man?
Yeah.
Like a child?
Yeah, but he's a dwarf.
Ah.
Yeah. Gnome, dwarf, well yeah, because
Some kind of short.
One of the
you're
two.
about 3 feet,
Yeah.
More stocky build.
so yeah, you're
A gnome.
more gnomish.
Well, he's like
in
he's like
height.
3 foot, like 5.
Gnome.
Yeah.
Gnome to verge of halfling, kind
Yeah.
of.
Tiny.
Alrighty, so you
Changing my character for sorry.
are you still keeping an eye out on the rest of the way?
Yeah. Do I have to roll again for the other half of the travel?
Please.
Nartho's gonna pick a flower on the side of the road.
Alright.
That one was a bit better.
So, you know,
That's
is your phone
18.
open on the table?
18? Sounds good. Nartho, you pick yourself a flower for what you... Give me an investigation check on the flower.
Oh.
Stabbed me, yeah, but
I think it's a rose, but it's really amazing.
Insta-kill.
Okay. This is gonna be good. Okay, so it's a 2, but he has -4, so it's -2.
You think that this flower is the most beautiful, sweetest smelling flower you could ever possibly find.
It's a
It's
weed.
a baked blade of grass.
Can Nartho pick one for everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You have 6 of these flowers that are just beautiful and amazingly
Oh, wait.
smelling.
Yeah, one for everybody.
You think
Okay.
I'm
flowers,
assuming
but it's
one for
actually just
yourself as
grass
well.
covered in
Yes.
shit.
So, Nartho, walk.
Yes.
Nartho, pick pretty flower.
What does it look like to normal people?
Honey, as you look down and look at this abomination of a flower in front of your face, it's almost like it's a mixture of a blade of grass with a sunflower with maybe you think it's a rose petal coming off of it, you're not quite sure. It's quite messy looking, and as Nartho kind of holds it a bit closer to your face and you get a whiff of it, it's almost smelling like an outhouse. But thankfully not strong enough that if you held it away from you, you'd be okay.
Thank you so much, Nartho. I'll take it and just kind of hold it kind of slightly away from me, but still like...
Nartho's gonna make way to Captain Najani. Nartho, fan flower.
Captain Ujani. As Nartho holds the exact same looking flower to you, you have the exact same sight and the exact same smell. Except you seem to smell it a little bit worse because of your sensitive nose.
Can I try and identify the plant?
Sure, I will let you do a nature check.
Oh dear God. 13?
13? You know that this isn't a plant that one would replant in their house. It's more on the lines of if you were to plant this in a field, it might be a little bit toxic to the nearby plants that are growing.
So a weed.
So yes, it is a weed.
Thank you, Naruto. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna trust you to hold on to this for me. I'm quite clumsy myself. I might lose it.
Okay.
Keep an eye on it for me.
What? Okay. Nartho put it with Nartho's flower.
Thank you, Naruto.
Nartho goes to Soraya. Tug, tug, tug.
Yes.
Nartho got pretty flower for you.
I'm gonna grab. Thank you. I'll cherish it forever. I'm gonna put it in the empty vial of perfume that I have.
As there's a brief moment as you're putting this weed in the empty bottle of perfume that the smell of the weed mixes with the perfume itself, and it just has a moment of this pungent odor, and it kind of makes you gag a little. But
It's in a vial now.
once you cork it, you're good.
Improvised stink bomb.
Okay. Tug, tug, tug.
Yes.
Snow. Nartho pick flower.
Oh, what's this?
Flower. Nartho pick. Beautiful
Isn't
flower.
this
For Snow.
charming?
Snow, you, the same as Captain Ujani, get the scent a little bit more pungent to your nose because of how sensitive it is.
Thank you, little one.
You're welcome.
Hey. What's
Nartho
up?
pick beautiful flower. Thank you for fun.
Minato, oddly, you don't smell anything. And it does look a little bit more flower-like to you.
Okay.
Nartho happy.
How was he not affected?
I mean,
I think he's too drunk to notice.
Wish I was myself.
Is there a tavern nearby?
not currently. Alrighty. So as you carry on the rest of your way, nothing seems to pop up out of anywhere. You make it to his house without any issues. The wind seems to pick up a little bit more, but still not enough to ruffle any feathers. You make it up to his house. He begins to walk up the stairs to his front door and says, "Just give me 1 minute to tidy up a little bit."
Does he comment about the dead jackals on his front lawn?
He does not.
Okay.
Is there... I assume we're on his deck.
If you want to be on his deck,
Okay. I look for a flower pot of some sort.
roll me investigation.
Or any kind of pot. Yes.
You see several.
Investigation?
What's going on? It's harder for me to hear on the far end of the table.
11.
Minato's looking for a flower pot or a pot of sorts for which he could possibly plant this amazing gift that was given to him.
Fair enough.
Would you like me to move you closer so then you are able to hear the other end of the table?
If people are okay with that.
Everyone's cool with that?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So we'll kind of probably just set him in the center of the table there.
Hold me close, a tiny dancer.
Alright. You can still hear me okay, Norman?
Yep. Yeah, that volume is good.
Perfect.
You just need to project and be dramatic, like a good DM.
I am sorry.
No, I was just...
11.
I just want you to be dramatic and characteristic. Because I'm watching you right now. You can't escape me.
You can't escape me.
I can try by simply shifting over. 11. You find one plant, one flower pot. It's sitting next to a rocking chair. There does seem to currently be a flower in it.
I'm gonna just put it right next to the flower.
Alright. You plant this flower, and in your eyes, it looks amazing sitting.
I don't plant it, I just set it.
Oh, you just set it there.
I just set it next to the flower. Kind of lean it against the flower.
Alright. As you lean it against the flower, it kind of like pushes it over a tiny bit. Gives it sort of like a beginning to wilt look.
Mhm.
But it looks alive.
The flowers beginning to wilt, or the potted plants beginning to wilt?
The plant that was in the pot originally is getting that wilting look.
I'm gonna take a closer look at this potted plant / flower.
Okay. Investigation.
Sweet. That's a 5.
You do not see anything out of the ordinary.
I'm just like,
about this
intriguing.
plant. It looks like another plant.
Alright.
It could have been dying beforehand. Lack of water.
While we're waiting outside, I'm gonna take a look around the party.
A look around the party.
Are any of you skilled with skinning? I just thought that we might be able to skin these jackals and sell the hide in town.
What skill for skinning?
Survival.
Survival.
Yeah, I'm proficient in survival.
Maybe.
can do it.
Maybe, actually.
Well, if you two work together, I'm sure you can help each other out. You make the job quicker and smoother.
Okay.
I have 2.
I turned
good.
face away.
Oh wait.
So,
I hope you roll higher than I did.
Have you explained to them how the help action works?
Yes, that's why I said I hope he rolls higher because I rolled an 18, but I'm not the one rolling.
Awkward. I got a 12.
so first, it was.
A 17 in wisdom.
Is everyone skinning a different one?
No,
Or
we're working together to skin the same one.
You
Yeah.
two are working together to
Yes.
skin one, and then you're skinning a separate one? Or you're just watching?
I was just watching right now, like, what you guys doing?
Okay. You're working on this jackalware, taking the skin off. It starts going perfectly fine, as you're fairly familiar with from where you're from. As you're skinning it, you get a flash back to where you were
Okay.
getting ready for your trek. Getting your gear together, packing your bag.
Getting ready to leave the house type thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And as you're getting this flash, you become unaware of your surroundings. Minato, you notice the knife. It's going straight, and all of a sudden, Soraya's face goes kind of blank. The blade's still moving, but it starts going down.
I'm gonna try catching the blade,
Am I going to pass out?
kind of like stopping him and like try to see if I can pull it away.
Why did we give the drunk guy a knife?
Because I'm proficient in it.
Drunk or knife?
Alright, do a dex check.
Nat 20 plus 7, so 37.
Alright, the moment you see it start to curve down, you're like, nope! And snag that wrist and pull it
I'm just
away.
gonna continue as in like one solid motion, like no one knows.
Alright.
Ooh, finesse.
And for that, we'll use your 18 that you rolled prior.
Nartho clap.
So you finish carving this Jackal-ware. You have a nice Jackal-ware skin now.
What can I
with
say?
one slight tiny imperfection, but it's barely noticeable.
I'm
Am I
better when I'm
unconscious
drunk.
on the ground as I experience this vision?
No.
Okay.
You actually come back to awareness as he finishes. And you're still in the same position. The only difference is instead of the cutting motion in the jackal, you're kind of just arms to the side, the knife still in your hand. It's fine, the hamster's having fun. And suddenly, Jackal-ware.
Put the knife down.
Alright.
I'm gonna just get back up, go sit on the porch.
Fair enough. Is there anything anyone else would like to do, or are you just
Gonna carve another jackal.
Alright, then I'll need another survival check from yourself.
It didn't move at all.
Your dice just slid.
That's okay, because it was a high number. It's a 16, sir.
That's a 16. You don't have the same just fluid motion. It just takes you an extra couple minutes, but it comes off clean. It doesn't have that minor imperfection. It's more solid than the previous one in the first half.
Okay.
So that's 2 Jackal-ware skins down.
No one's gonna skin the last one, I will.
Rip.
Well,
The hamster's up the cage, like not here.
upside down.
Minor details. She'll learn eventually.
Anyone else gonna carve this last jackal?
2. There's 2 more left.
I'm gonna carve both of them then.
Alright.
I'm just piecing
If you-
together what happened in my mind.
Do you just want me to roll
So-
2 d20s? on
May
each?
as well. 1 for each.
Let's see which one fails me. They both failed me.
Oh no.
They both failed you.
I got a 12 on the one and an 8 on the other.
The 12, you managed to successfully get one. It takes you more time than the previous one. However, on the 8, you make a mess out of this last jackal.
I'm obviously sobering up.
That must be the issue. Alright. And with that, by the time you're done making a mess out of the last jackal, unless anyone else wants to do something in between this time.
Nope, just patiently waiting.
Alright. As you finish dismantling this Jackal-ware, you have 3 nice skins that you can put into your bag or do with as you wish. Jebediah comes back out and he's like, "Thank you for being patient. Come on in and I'll start making supper."
I give my faulty jackal pelt to him and thank him for his hospitality.
He looks at you. "Thank you. Could you just hang that over the railing?"
Oh, don't you want it up front?
"You can hang it over the front railing."
Okay.
As you
As Jebediah enters the house, I'm gonna grab Milano's shoulder and lean in and whisper in his ear. I'm like, thank him for his hospitality. His hospitality is to thank us for our job.
Maybe if you got my name right, we wouldn't be having this issue. It's not how you pronounce it.
Minato.
Minato.
Monito.
Imagine minor toe.
I'm just
and
gonna
just
ignore
go
him
from there.
going.
Monotone?
First, as you flick it over the railing, you get a little splashback.
That's fine.
Got some blood splatter on your
Nothing
pants.
new.
Nasty.
Did you say nothing new?
You obviously lived a sheltered life.
Some like that.
I'm gonna go
It's a
inside.
little
and follow
hazy right
Jebediah.
now.
Alright.
Well, what's nothing new?
Having blood splatter on your pants.
Oh, God.
This is
You all walk in. It's actually quite plain. There's like overalls hanging on a clothes rack off to the side, a little spot for you to tuck your boots in. It's old rustic, kind of typical farmhouse. Nothing too crazy. Nice wooden walls. A typical 2x4 stained dark brown flooring.
Bearskin rug.
You've got a bit of a longer hallway in front of you with a couple doors on your left, a couple doors on your right. And then, for what you can see as you're walking in, the kitchen seems to be at the end. And that is where he goes.
I'll take off my shoes and follow him towards the kitchen.
Nartho keep shoes on.
Oh.
I throw a rude bitch.
Nartho have tiny feet.
Leaving tiny mud prints.
Nartho have keep shoes clean. Nartho good. Good.
Guess I'll take my
Did
shoes off
Jebediah
and
take
follow
his shoes off
him.
when he came inside?
Nartho did not take his shoes off.
Yeah, so Jebediah did.
Oh, Jebediah did, yes.
Okay.
So I'll take mine off and follow.
I'll take mine off, but I'm gonna take a look around the house and see if anything looks suspicious. Because I don't 100% trust Jebediah just yet.
Fair enough. I guess as you're going down the hallway, Captain Ajani, roll perception or investigation? Perception. Because you're just kind of keeping an eye out for anything that looks off.
17.
17? Everything appears to be fine. There's paintings on the wall. One painting looks like his farm. That's really about it. And then there's 2 doors on your left, 2 doors on your right. All 4 doors are closed.
Wholesome.
Okay. I'll continue down to the kitchen. See what's for dinner.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Jebediah.
Keep an eye on Jebediah himself. Alright. You all enter the kitchen.
I think this one's still at the door.
Are you still at the door?
I am still at the door.
Oh, alright. Anything in particular you're doing at the door as they're walking down the hallway?
I'm gonna check the first door to my left.
Oh no.
As you grab the handle and go to turn it, it's locked.
Alright. Next one.
He didn't trust us. He walked into his house, that's why he went in ahead.
Also locked.
The right one.
Also locked.
And I'm assuming the last one is too.
It is.
Alright. I'll keep going.
Alright. As you 5 enter the kitchen, it's a rather large space, almost like it's suited to have company over. There's a nice rectangular table. It would sit about 10. A sizable kitchen, lots of counter space, so on and so forth. It's more, in comparison to how the walls and the flooring in the hallway were more of the brownie color, the kitchen is more of like a white to a cream. heads over to the stove, turns around. Feel free to make yourself at home. I will start brewing a nice pot of rabbit stew.
Sound delicious. Nartho excite.
I knew you would be, little one.
It's quite a big room. Do you have any other family?
None that really live around here anymore.
Alright.
I instinctively sit at the head of the table.
Alright.
Classy bitch.
He reaches down, grabs a pot out of the bottom cupboard, starts filling it with water, goes about doing his normal thing. It almost appears as though he's done this a million times.
Nartho's gonna start drooling a little bit as he can smell the food. Just
Nice.
Where's the rabbit come into play? If it's a rabbit stew.
Do you say when?
Yeah.
I mean,
So you just have a dead rabbit laying on the counter, like.
not on the counter.
They don't have fridges. Like,
Do you just sit and watch him cook?
Nartho is.
Trying to question where this rabbit's gonna come from.
Pulls it from the fridge.
Alright.
Pulls it from the fridge, takes it over to the counter, brings out a cutting board, starts cutting it into finer pieces. So then it's more like a diced cubed.
A minced meat?
Thank you. A minced meat, and not just, here's a big rabbit in a pot of water.
Okay.
As well as pulling out some vegetables and cutting that up. He's got some carrots, a little bit of corn. It's turning into more of a chili looking idea than it is a stew.
It's a very wholesome meal.
it's not sounding appetizing.
Nartho's still drooling.
Alright. Anyone that's not paying attention to him cooking, make a perception check.
Do you have a bathroom anywhere?
Absolutely. You notice him point over to the corner, and in the corner there's another door. It's currently closed. It says, go through that door, it'll be just down that way, third door on your right.
Okay.
How many doors are in
Big
this
house.
place?
I'm gonna go that way.
doors.
I have so many
Alright.
doors to check.
Road
For
goblins.
perception roll you asked for, I rolled a 23.
23? Alright, anyone who rolled above a 12 notices this door. Because I was making you roll because I didn't know if anyone was going to ask if there was another door in this room. So you all notice this door, and now notice Soraya getting up to go through this door after asking where the bathroom was. Soraya, as you're going down this hallway, you see 3 doors on your right and 1 door on your left. In your mind, you know that the third door on the right is the bathroom.
But what's the one door on the left? As I walk by, I'm gonna
Assassin
try the
dungeon.
handle.
As you turn the handle, it's not locked. So it turns all the way.
What do I see in this room?
As you crack the door open, roll me investigation.
This die.
Oh no.
It's a 4.
4. As you creak the door open, you see a nice big wardrobe at the one end, and off to the wall, there's a nice big bed and a couple end tables on both sides.
Okay, so it's just his bedroom. Alright, I'm gonna close the door and continue on down to the bathroom.
Alright. You get to the third door on the right, you open it up, and it's a small bathroom. There's toilet, you got a nice little sink, and a very tiny shower.
So
Okay.
we shelled out on the rest of the house when it was like, nah, we shit and crap.
I'm just gonna splash some water on my face to see if I can piece together everything that's come back to me so far.
Alright. Pour some water in your hand, splash it up. The water is nice and cold. It's nice and
Like a
refreshing.
Neutrogena commercial.
It's it makes it feel amazing to get out of the little bit of heat that was outside. As you're trying to just sit there and contemplate and think, the only last little bit that comes back to you is you walking out the door, you looking up at your destination.
So I remember everything now? Or close to everything?
Close to everything.
Almost there then. So I remember what I was doing, where I was going, and the conversation I had.
Correct.
And then I woke up in this weird town. Chem. Cool.
Alright. And the rest of you, you're sitting there. This minced meat, pasty looking meal is actually smelling pretty good for how odd it looks.
True. In comparison to the weed, everything smells good.
Leave Narcos flower alone.
Turns back to you, he's like, I'm so sorry for the wait. Can I offer any of you a drink? I've got water from the tap. I've got a nice bottle of whiskey.
I grab it. Just straight up.
You just get up and I'll take that.
And then I walk out of the kitchen.
No, Narco would like a water, please.
Through which door?
That was gonna be my
Oh.
question. Which door are you going through?
I haven't made up my mind yet, so I'm just kind of wandering around the hallway right now.
Which hallway? The original hallway? That came from front door
doorway
to
one.
kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay, so not
Whichever one's the doorways were one. The one that you went.
the one where
So
he
the
went?
one in the corner.
That one.
The one in the corner towards the bathroom.
Yeah.
Alright. So you're heading down that way. He quickly turns around, grabs a glass from the cupboard. It's kind of warped. Like, it's an old cup. For how nice this frickin' kitchen looks, this cup's fucking old.
Narco, don't judge.
And he pours a nice, cool, refreshing glass of water, hands it to you.
Narco's just gonna hold it right now. He's not gonna drink it yet, but he's holding it.
Alright. Does anyone else want anything?
I would love a glass of water.
Perfect. Quickly spins around again, grabs another glass of water. You watch him get it from the tap and hands it to you. Same style cup, but it's old, kind of stained.
Thank you.
I will also get a water.
Same thing. Quickly turns around, grabs the cup, pours a glass from the tap, hands it to you. Same style, nice, old, little bit warped, kind of stained. It's got kind of like that yellowish tinge when you know this glass has been in this house being used for a long time.
Yeah, I just set that down.
Captain,
I'm just
you're
gonna grab my my water skin from my side and just take a sip.
Alright. We will come back to yourself, Soraya.
So I guess I'll leave the bathroom. Do I notice this guy's just chilling here?
You come out of the bathroom and you notice him walking up and down this hallway trying to not slowly finish this bottle of what you can only assume is more alcohol.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
Need a place to relax. That door's unlocked. And I'm pointing to his bedroom door.
Okay.
I'm just gonna continue back to the kitchen.
Alright.
Make sure I close the kitchen door behind me.
Sounds good. As you get back into the kitchen, quickly turns around from his meal. Can I get you anything to drink?
What do you have?
I did have a bottle of whiskey, but your friend took it. So I have water.
And more water.
That's where the list ends. I'm good for now.
Okay. And quickly turns back around and starts working on this meal. I'm running out of describing words for this food.
I'm gonna whisper to Captain Hajani.
Alright.
I think he's a little energetic for offering us water.
I don't want to be rude to his hospitality, but I don't know if I can 100% trust it.
I'm getting that feeling too.
I'm just gonna slowly start eating. Cringing a little bit.
Did
but
he finish the food? Did he finish the food?
I assume so if he's working on his own. Wasn't he eating it?
No.
No, he was
He's
Still-
still cooking it.
mixing it together.
Okay, well then I'll just
Cooking
wait.
it. Minato, you're in this hallway. Soraya just pointed out the non-locked bedroom.
His description intrigues me.
Did you close the door to the bedroom again after?
Yep.
I'm gonna walk up to this door.
Alright, you are face to face with the door.
I'm gonna open said door.
Alright. Turn the handle, you push it open. You see a bed, a big bed, 2 nightstands, one on each side, big ass wardrobe on the other end, window that looks outside.
I'm gonna go in and just kind of check out stuff. Look around.
Alright. Are you looking for anything in particular, or just kind of
Anything
doing
that would stick
kind of
out.
like a scan of the room?
Yeah, anything that would kind of stick out.
Alright, perception.
21.
21.
Told you I'm better when I'm drunk.
This bed has very, like, fine silk sheets. The bedding looks like something that this farmer probably should not have. The wardrobe is more well designed, with flourishes that come off of it. Not embroidery, but like inlays on it that give it a nice design. The nightstands look kind of like a normal nightstand. It's just a nice square with a drawer. As you walk, you don't hear anything, but you take one step a little bit close to the bed and there's one creak, but the rest of the floor is fine.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the creek. I'm gonna just apply pressure around where the creek was. See if I can get a creek every time on that one area.
Alright. You, as you're pushing your foot down, kind of like looking for where it stops and where it begins and kind of distancing it, you notice that there's a bit of like a 5 foot by 5 foot square where there's nothing, 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 and then within this square is where it kind of creaks and kind of gives.
Okay, I'm gonna. Well, I have my ear down, trying to hear if it echoes or not.
As you do your knock, it almost seems like the sound travels. It's hollow.
Okay.
Housekeeping.
I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go in, back out the door, close it, and then I'm gonna open the door to the kitchen and say, "Yo, Soraya, I'm having some issues trying to get the stuff in the bathroom turned on. Can you come help me?"
I think he's too drunk, he can't aim.
Shh! Sure.
I can't get the faucet to turn on in the bathroom.
What a euphemism.
Sure. This'll
And-
go to him.
As you get up to start going, he quickly turns around and he's like, dinner will be ready shortly. It should only be like 5 more minutes. Not even.
Not so excited.
So he's with me now?
Yep.
Okay, so I close the door. And then, like, not acting anymore, specifically, like, now I'm completely straight with you, and it's like, hey. So I checked out that bedroom. There's something up with it. And I show him the 5x5.
Alright. As you're going down the hallway and go back into the bedroom, I'm going to cut back to the members of the party that are currently at the kitchen table. I am offline. Excuse?
No.
The laptop says
You're
I'm
not.
online.
I'm watching you right now.
I'm also following him.
Could be just my thing.
So when the guy said that there was only about 5 minutes left, I want to get up from the table and walk over and take a look at what how the cooking's going and see what kind of ingredients he has lying around.
Refresher thing.
Alright. As you get up and walk over there, and you're standing next to him, you see there's... This food looks really weird. It's kind of like a paste in terms of texture. It's got the lumps of the rabbit squares. There's some vegetables in there, what appear to be carrots and corn and maybe some celery. Off to the side, the ingredients that you can only assume he put in there look like some rabbit left over, like paws that he didn't throw in. There's a few carrots off to the side, as well as some celery and the cob for the corn.
I know about the floorboard now, yeah?
Yeah, you would.
So I'm gonna go back into the kitchen quickly. Captain Hajani,
Yes?
the tap seems to be really stuck. I could really use your muscle to come help us.
I'm gonna smile coyly and just tap the farmer on the shoulder, and it's just like, well, it looks like you got everything under control here. These two, on the other hand. Alright, you finish up, I'll go help them out. And then I'm gonna make my way over to them. And then, as the door closes behind Soraya and I'm gonna look Soraya dead in the eyes and be like, alright, what the fuck are you lying about?
Come with me. And then we go into the bedroom and I show him the square that Minato showed me.
Okay. Anyone else in the kitchen want... Boy. Anyone else in the kitchen want to do anything?
Nartho's just like enamored by this pasty food.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start up like just basic chatter, like tell me about your farm, you know. What's it like out here?
Anything to not eat the food?
Snow?
I'm kind of intrigued.
By the conversation? Or...
The lack of working bathroom.
Oh, us just disappearing?
I mean, fair enough. If you would like to get up and go and see if you could lend a hand, you're more than welcome to.
I sure will.
Okay.
We're the only two left with the farmer.
You get up. I'll come back to your conversation with the farmer. You get up, and as you're walking down the hallway, roll me perception, please.
Six.
Alright, so you make it to the bathroom, and
Surprisingly, no one's there.
you turn in, and no one's in the bathroom.
All right, I knew they were lying.
The start flushed away too.
It's a magic toilet, don't trust it.
Why specifically the sequel?
Don't worry about it.
So they're showing me this 5x5 square, right?
Yeah.
I want to look for the hatch.
Roll investigation for the hatch.
$15.
You find a spot on this flooring that seems like it'd be a little bit harder than the rest of it, but it's still smooth.
Alright. I notify of the harder place, part of the floorboards, and then I note that careful, it might be booby trap. I don't trust this guy, so if he has something to hide, he might have rigged something.
Stand back, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
I stand back.
I stand
at
back too.
least 10 feet.
Which way does the hatch open?
You don't know. You can only assume that it's going to open away from you.
Away from me?
For what you can assume.
Then I'm just gonna open the hatch and hide behind the door.
Pardon?
Like, hide behind the hatch away from the hole.
So, like, if he was opening it like this, he's going to use the hatch as a blast shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're gonna open it towards you.
Yeah, and just, like, hide behind the hatch.
Alrighty.
So much for handling it.
I want you to roll me strength. And snow.
Alright,
As
so with
Captain...
a -2, that's a 17.
Okay. As Captain Rajani's doing this, you hear some rustling in the bedroom.
Oh, scandalous.
They left
There's like a
you
small
rustling in the
object in
bedroom.
There's like the
Like
nightstand.
a pencil or something.
A pencil?
Or just something small, something like that. Coin works too.
Roll investigation.
Just a small object.
Out of curiosity, would the cork in the whiskey bottle suffice?
As a small object?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 15 anyways.
I mean, he's got a cork from a whiskey bottle.
This is gonna work!
We might need this.
You hear the...
Oh no, I dropped it! No, okay.
I'll walk toward that sound.
Alright. Captain Urjani. You
That's me.
you open this. Nothing happens. But as you do, snow. You enter this room and see Captain Urjani holding open this hatch in the floor, and Soraya holding a little cork from a bottle in her hand, and Minato standing with the bottle.
So the hatch is open now, yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, on this cork, I'm casting light, just to see if we can see anything in this hatch.
Alright. As you throw it down, we're gonna cut to commercial break, and I'm gonna come back to the conversation.
Wow, what a cliffhanger.
Oh.
So I guess start with your first question to the...
So, tell me, how long have you been living here at this farm?
He, looks down at his hands, starts doing like a accounting thing on his fingers, or what you can assume to be counting. Most of my life.
Did you grow up around here?
I grew up on this farm.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
How old are you now?
You said that your family doesn't really live around here. Where are they? Do they visit you often?
No, they're dead.
Oh.
My apologies. I hate to bring up such a touchy subject.
It's okay, my sister was a bitch.
Oh. Right. It smells delicious. The rabbit stew you're cooking, I'm very excited. And I'm sure Nartho is by the mess he's making on the nice
Nartho
table.
puts a shaky hand on the farmer. Nartho is so hungry.
He takes a little tiny spoon, puts it in there. Here,
Okay,
as
he
like
takes
a taste test.
he takes the spoon, but he quickly turns around so no one can see his face, so he can kind of eat it without no one noticing what his facial features are. And then he turns around. So good. He's like shaking like big
Why'd you
eyes.
leave the two most uncharismatic characters here?
I mean, she came by her own fruition. I picked the man who's probably sane enough to help open us. He grabbed me. It's just how it happened.
This farmer doesn't find it suspicious that y'all went to the bathroom.
No? He's locked in a conversation right now.
Okay.
Which means he knows his sink has issues.
What brings you to my town?
Me personally, I'm just on a journey looking for places. I am a woman of a holy goddess, so just on my journey.
Sounds adventurous.
It is. As for Nartho, I'm not entirely sure.
Nartho look for Master. Master been gone. Nartho fine.
So you're lost.
Nartho not lost. Master lost. Nartho look for Master.
If you don't mind my asking, who is this master?
Master named Samuel. Master, tall, handsome, human, brown hair, magic. Whoosh whoosh.
This man's... This person... sounds familiar.
Jebediah no Master.
I mean, we've had a few magic casters in our day come through this town. Only one from which you would describe, though.
Master. No,
Right.
where Master go?
Well, they're a weird person. Didn't stay very long. Had some of my rabbits too. Told me some tales. And then just walked off.
Did Master say where he's going? Well, why'd Master come? What? Nartho's slowly hyperventilating. Master?
He told me some tales about these creatures that roamed the planet before us. Talked about dragons. Something about power, but that's all I can remember. I think they walked off out of town.
Can you point which direction Master walk? Which that way? That way. That way.
He
It's both.
Nartho not smart.
he looks at you as you're kind of
Yeah.
which way?
Yeah.
He's like, that way.
Nartho make mental note.
That way.
That way.
Nartho will remember this, as a Telltale game would say. And as he finishes telling you that, he turns back. Dinner's ready. I should go get the others. They're probably still trying to fix that damn sink. And before he walks off, he grabs dishes and stuff and starts getting
Table set.
bowls ready, spoons ready, so on and so forth.
Do they look aged like the other, like the cups? Are they chipped and weathered and stuff?
They're weathered. They're not chipped. They wouldn't necessarily spill over in one section compared to another.
But they're old like the cups.
They're old like the cups.
Okay.
Did you happen to fill any of these bowls? Or is there already soup in it?
Nope. It's take the scooper and...
Nartho's gonna, he's walking away, Nartho's gonna fill it himself and be like, Nartho must eat in other room. Nartho cannot show face.
He
Master said bad.
gives you a weird look.
Nartho knows.
And he turns to you and he's like, keep your eye on the little one. A little weird.
That's Nartho for you, sir, but thank you.
And then he continues on his way. Now I'll jump back to the rest of you.
So we drop the cork.
You drop the cork in. It lights up. It's kind of like a crawl space in case of, a tornado or something.
So it's not very deep.
Not very deep. I'd probably say, max 10 feet. There's a little tiny ladder that shows to get down. It appears to be broken, probably about 3/4 of the way up. So there's only about 1/4 of the ladder. It's 2 feet, 2.5 feet between top where the hatch is coming down.
I'm gonna... Might as well climb down.
Out of curiosity, can you do fire
There's only
magic
about 2.5 feet of ladder, and like
Can I
the
do
rest of it just
fire
falls
magic?
down.
Pardon? Sorry?
So you said it's a crawl space, but it's like 10 feet deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
More of a basement sub-level.
Out of curiosity, I pour a little.
Basement sub-level.
Yes,
Alright, I'm gonna
Can you
look at the
ignite
rest of the
this?
people. I think he's gonna get suspicious if we stay here too much longer. I think we should close this up and go have dinner and then
Come back after.
sneak back in the middle of the night.
I mean,
It is in his bedroom.
yes. It makes sense to me. I'm gonna snap my fingers over the whiskey he has in his hand.
Okay.
Does it combust?
Are you just
It's
doing a snap, or are you casting a spell on
Well, I
it?
mean, it's sacred flame.
Oh, okay.
Why are you giving him an active Molotov in a wooden house?
Yeah.
It's a small amount on his hand.
It's just I just want to see if it ignites. I didn't like have the full bottle. I just want like dab it. I just want to see if it lights on fire.
I mean, unless I can make the light strong enough to...
It ignites. It burns for 5 seconds. The little bit that's in your hand. From the amount of the burning, though, you do take 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
You don't really feel it hurt
Ow.
because you're
Me.
you and partially into a bottle now. But you don't feel the pain from it hurting.
Done. Okay.
So before we leave this room, I'm ending the light spell.
Alright, so as you just put an end to the spell, the light diminishes, you watch it slowly fade out. And with that, I want all 4 of you in the room to roll me a,
Stealth.
not stealth, not investigation.
Perception.
Thank you, yes, perception. Wow, where is my brain going today?
Alright. 19.
19.
9.
22.
Alright, those of you above a 15 hear footsteps coming towards the door.
We need to hurry or we need to hide.
I'm going to close the hatch and then walk over to Minato and like grab him by the shoulder
keep getting my
grab
name
the
wrong.
bottle in his hands and just whisper in his face. I'm like, argue with me over the bottle.
Okay. And then I immediately clock him one right in the face and argue that it's my bottle, no hands can touch it but me. Property of Minato, no one can touch except Minato.
Minato?
You,
Alright, Min. Alright, give me the bottle.
I go like this and punch him in the face with my other hand.
Why? This is not an argument. This is assault.
But I'm not actually. I'm kind of like pulling my blow, so I don't hurt him, but I look like I'm hitting him.
okay, so you're play fighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, close the hatch and then yeah.
And then play fight.
Does the farmer come through the door?
As Minato hits you with the second hit, Jebediah opens the door and he's like, "What are you doing in my bedroom?"
So it turns out when he said he was having trouble with the tap, he meant shutting this guy off from drinking. And I'm trying to get the bottle away from him so he'll come back to dinner, but he's not having it. And I'm gonna try and give the bottle another tug.
Roll me persuasion or deception.
deception? Okay.
Yeah, it'd be deception because you're flat out lying.
As I walk, I'm gonna walk by, and as I pass by, I'm like,
Okay,
I'm
so,
so.
alright, so 35.
I'm just gonna walk by and be like, I'm so sorry for the trouble my friends have called. I'm gonna go back to the dinner table.
Okay. What was your roll?
35.
35.
Alright, so 35.
He
I
looks
just look at him with my bruised face and cut lip.
he looks at you both. Looks over to Snow. Looks back at you guys. It's like, you can just bring the bottle back to the table. You can take it with you.
Oh, when you say so.
Like, please don't fight in my house.
Just come back to the table and have dinner, okay? You can't survive off alcohol alone, mate.
I can survive on whatever I want it to be.
Just come to the table, please. I'll let you keep the bottle, okay?
Okay.
Alright, after you.
Cradle the bottle. And then
Minato, as you walk out, Captain Johnny and Snow, you're both still in the room. Correct?
Yep.
I want you both to roll perception.
Oh, God.
19.
19?
Yep.
Modified 20.
You both, as you're about to step out, you hear the very faintest and then the sound of like bones clicking and clattering.
A drogger.
The exact same thing.
And then you walk out, head back to the kitchen table. He closes the door and follows behind you. He goes over to where the pot and the dishes are. He hand dishes the rest of the bowls to those of who have not currently dished themselves. So, Snow, Ajani, Minato, and probably just you three, because you left kind of quick before things started happening again.
Grabbed a little bit, not a lot, just a little.
Fair. He gives you your 3, and he fills it kind of to the brim.
I let him serve me. I don't get it myself.
Alright. Serves you 2, same thing, right to the brim.
Nartho in the living room. He left the kitchen. He's in the living room and he's eating, but he has his hood down. So y'all, if you.
Alright, as you
Eating.
attempt to find a living room, you try the 4 doors, and they're all locked. So you're currently in the hallway with your bowl of food.
Okay, well Nartho's just gonna sit on the floor and start eating there.
Alright.
Me.
Did he pour himself a bowl?
He did.
Yeah, he did.
And he sits at the table with you 5.
Before we start this meal, would you mind grabbing me a glass of water?
Absolutely, and he gets up and heads over to the...
As he
just proud
gets
of
up
his
and
one
heads
working
over and
sink.
turns his back to the table, I'm gonna swap my bowl for his.
Alright. Roll sleight of hand.
17.
You all see this very fluid motion of just 2 bowls swapping place. It's a little blurrier to you, Minato, but you still see it.
I straight up just pour mine
Everyone dead in the eye and like,
out
hold my
onto
finger
like
to
a
my mouth
bowl
for
or
a second.
something that's empty. I ain't eating this, but I'm gonna make it look like I'm gonna eat it.
Alright. You pour it out into this bowl off to the side. The rest of you see it as him just pouring it onto the table.
Oh, Nartho would be so upset if he saw that.
He comes back, hands you your glass of water.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Sits back down at his spot, starts digging in, going ham.
I'm gonna put my hands together and I'm gonna whisper, Chernosh, is this safe? and hope for a response.
You pray to your deity in
Yeah.
roll me religion, I guess.
I'll do a quick prayer as well, just for safety.
You can roll for religion as well. Is
Yeah.
it for the same thing? Just in hopes that the food's not
14.
Yeah,
14?
basically just like, oh god, please. Wow! I do not do anything, that's a crit fail. I'm basically just like, fuck,
You-
please.
Oh, sweet Mother Jesus, for the love of God, please.
You do your prayers. Hayla, you don't hear a thing. Your mind just stays dark.
Same.
Oh, with the
Soraya,
music.
you have this faint whisper come to you, and it's like, you should be okay.
Right. Guess I'll actually eat it then.
Alright. Everyone who's eating except for Nartho, roll me a constitution saving throw.
But my God said it would be fine.
Doesn't mean it doesn't taste like ass.
Fair.
He didn't clean the colon of that rabbit before he served it to us.
Modified 20.
You said con?
Okay. Yeah, con save.
18.
Oh, that ain't good. I got a 7, Chief.
Okay.
A 7?
A 7.
Oh, a 7. I heard 17.
He said 7, Chief.
Oh. You're not eating, and you're not eating? Okay.
Yeah, I'm eating the bowl that was meant for the farmer.
Alright. So, Captain Ajani, you start feeling extremely nauseous. This is not sitting right with you. You two, this tastes kind of gross, but you can stomach it. It's food.
Nice.
Slowly eat it. Take my time.
Alright.
Good thing I only grabbed a little.
How bad is this not sitting with me?
Do you remember where the bathroom is?
Yeah.
Shooting out both ends.
You feel after about 3 to 5 bites, if you eat any more of this, you're probably not going to be keeping it down.
I'm probably not going to be okay.
Yeah. You're probably going to be puking.
I'm gonna push the bowl away from me and be like, after all that fighting, I don't know how much I could eat.
I figured for a strapping adventure, you'd be starving.
I had quite a lot to eat the other night, and it takes a lot to process.
Must be that catness of yours.
Fighting gives me cramps. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Also, racist much? Not set in character.
Shh, it's fine. The rest of the meal goes fine. You two don't eat. Nartho, you finish yours without a problem at all. This was the most delicious meal you've had in weeks.
Does nobody care that Nartho's gone, by the way?
Does anyone
You
care
never
that
noticed
Nartho's
his head
gone?
didn't make it above the table before anyway.
We're missing someone.
I'll go look for Nartho.
He went to eat in the other room, something about not seeing him.
Okay. I'm still gonna go look for Nartho.
Roll investigation to see if you can find him.
Did the farmer notice just the pool of stew?
He noticed.
Oh no.
No, it's not.
As he gets up
it
and
should be fine.
starts looking for
It
Nartho,
should be fine.
you four see him get up and start cleaning the mess that Minato made. And you see this kind of sadness on his face. Like, he worked hard on this meal.
Oh.
As I get up, I said, "It was delicious. Sorry for the mess. It was too good, and I don't have very good hand-eye coordination right now.
I want you to roll me deception.
It's a crit fail.
Called out.
He looks up at you, and even through your drunkenness, you can see this one tear come from his
Oh,
I just picture, like, Dylan's character, like, telling his lie and then looking to the person right next to him and doing, like, a heavy wink.
Basically, that's kind of how it would picture if you weren't keeling over right now.
I pictured it was like, well, that's what I think I say, but when actually I said that fucking was disgusting, I ain't eating that.
Oh.
That's more on the lines of how it sounded.
And then I got a 17 to find Nartho. I really should quit drinking.
You find Nartho. He's just...
His hood's down now because he's eating. So
He's going ham.
You can probably.
You see this little figure, and instead of just like a black outline, it's now like black outline with a little green blob sitting on top. I'm assuming your skin color is typical goblin green.
Yes.
Okay.
Nartho?
Oh no. Nartho's supposed to eat by himself. You can't look at Nartho. Sit back up. Not allowed. No, can't look. He puts his bowl down and he's all like flustered. Not turning around. He's like, oh no.
Excuse me.
I sit down beside him. It's okay. I'm gonna offer him a drink of whiskey.
Oh.
Oh. Holding it in his two little
Oh
hands.
my god, it must be like the biggest.
This bottle to you.
Half your size.
So this bottle to Minato would be like the size of this can.
Mm-hmm.
This bottle to you is like 3 to 4 times the size. This is a huge bottle.
It's the 2 liter.
Yes. You've got the 1 liter, you've got the 2.
Oh. Nartho never drank alcohol. Master said bad. Is Nartho allowed?
I'd say you're allowed.
Does Minato know he's a goblin now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No, just a
You
green
have
dwarf.
an idea
Yeah.
that he knows
Okay.
what you are.
Minato not
Yo.
mad.
No. Don't ever be ashamed of who you are, Nartho.
Master said it was bad.
When did this get so wholesome?
So he's gonna take a big
Welcome to
swig
my
of this.
Christian D&D. Nartho, as you take your swig of this bottle, I need a hefty con save.
Oh god.
It's gonna hit you so hard.
Yeah. Like being proficient in con. Oh god.
Oh no.
Famous last words, lucky I'm proficient in con.
12.
12. You take this swig. It begins as this warm, burning sensation on your tongue, and it goes down your throat, kind of starts to numb it. As it hits your stomach, you get this immediate, I feel dizzy. The
Oh.
room starts to spin.
Nartho's slowly falling to the side.
You feel okay, but the room around you is not sitting still.
Nartho feel great. Why room move?
I'm gonna get up and just motion to, it's Jebediah, right?
You're
Yes,
going
Jeb
back
at
to
the
the kitchen.
farm.
Yeah, just poke my head out and say, hey, so, Nartho's not doing so well. Do you mind if I just take him to lie down in the bed for a little bit?
Nartho's gonna scream. Nartho want more food!
He,
I'll replace your sheets and everything, of course.
Oh.
Because they looked expensive.
he comes out into the hallway.
Nartho's like almost He's like slow-mo
And
falling over.
He pulls out a set of keys from his pocket, unlocks one of the doors behind you, and says, Nartho can use this room.
Okay, I pick up Nartho, and then I'm gonna check out the room before I just, like, leave him in there.
Are we having fun again?
We're gonna have so much fun, Nartho.
Oh!
As you walk in and take this quick look around, you see 2 beds, a nightstand beside each bed, and a light.
That's it. Okay. I look back to Jebediah and say thank you.
Oh, you opened up one of the doors?
Yeah.
He opened up one of the doors so Nartho could get some rest. Then he walks back to the kitchen.
I lay Nartho down in the bed. tuck him
Nartho's
in.
gonna rip off his cloak. Nartho, a free goblin!
Do we all hear this?
I want you all to roll me a perception.
Nope, don't notice it.
19.
She notices it.
We're rolling a perception?
Yeah.
Oh no.
22.
Okay, that's only a 12.
I think I'm the only one who didn't notice.
Soraya, you are the only one that didn't hear this.
The,
You-
the whispers of Trinaj are just getting louder.
You other 3 just hear from in the hallway, I'm a free goblin.
Wow, that alcohol must have affected her more than we thought.
What are you talking about?
Soraya, have you been drinking?
No, I just didn't hear anything over the whispers.
Soraya, have you been drinking?
We're a fun group.
Never touched alcohol.
Oh, so the whispers, you just hear the whispers all the time then, I take it.
Something like that, yeah.
Have you seen someone about that?
I'm gonna just, like, office look at the camera that's not there.
Been like that my whole life. I was taught that it was normal to hear whispers.
That's called schizophrenia.
Sorry, what was that last bit?
Apparently it's schizophrenia. No one else at the table hears whispers?
I heard the whisper of the goblin, but...
Only from my goddess. But
So
all
you
four
hear
of us-
whispers too.
Well, it depends on who I'm
Not
spending
all
night
the
with.
time.
And then, at that point, Jebediah gets up, looks at you all at the table, and says, I'm getting tired, so I think I'm going to turn in. Before I go to bed, I will open up the other 2 guest rooms for you all. There's 2 beds per room, so unfortunately you have to share. And then I wish you all a good night and sleep well. And starts to head back to the hallway that you originally came in to the kitchen from.
Oh, we have to pick who's staying with who.
And he goes, he unlocks 2 of the other 3 doors that was in that 4-door hallway.
What's in that last door?
You don't know.
I'm asking.
Oh, you're asking.
Oh,
He looks to you and says, it's my library.
Would you be willing to let me grab a book? I sleep much better after I've had a read.
I guess. Just don't break anything. And he goes and unlocks that door too. And then he quickly heads to his bedroom.
Okay. I'm gonna...
am I with? Because like I just took Narco and then left, right?
Okay?
I want to hug Snow.
From behind.
Just hug Snow.
This turned into a drama.
I'm not.
Babies, go outside.
And then he's gonna turn it into, never mind, I was just gonna WWE up this bitch, just flips him back over.
Do 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 do.
Honestly.
I'm not.
No, but I hug her and then I whisper in her ear, "Get the keys." Oh, and then as I pull, I'm like, "Good night, Snow.
What did you whisper?
Get the keys."
Oh.
Um,
I'm gonna follow Captain Johnny into the library.
okay. I want you to roll stealth for the whisper.
Just screaming it.
Get the keys.
Start the car!
Get to the chopper!
Hey,
Nice.
so I'll whisper real good, right? With a 24.
Alright.
That sweet whisper. Sweet
You
nothingness in their
whisper
ear.
it
Alexa, play Careless
so
Whisper.
well that Snow might have had some trouble hearing it. But she's a tabaxi. He's a tabaxi. I fixed it. It's fine. He's a tabaxi. So you're a little fuzzy.
Now you jinxed yourself. You're not gonna get that 20.
Where's the bees?
And you all watch him head back to his bedroom unless you have anything else to say to him.
Nartho's gonna just. Is Nartho still conscious? Can he still scream?
How's
Yeah.
Nartho doing when he's drunk?
Nartho loved your food! He's like semi-sobbing now. Just thinking of how much he loved that stew.
Alright.
And he's clutching the flowers in his hand.
He's having a moment.
And with that, he goes into the hallway that would lead to the bathroom and the bedroom. He closes that door behind him. You hear footsteps trailing off, and then another second door close.
Okay.
I go into the
Well, I'm
library
gonna
as
go
well.
check out the library.
Alright, so 3 of us are in the library then.
Alright. And with that, as 3 of you are entering the library, I think that is where we're going to take our break, with it being 9:30, so that puts us about halfway through for tonight.
Cool.
Roughly.
Cool.
So we'll be taking a roughly 15-minute recess, so everyone can bathroom break, fill up drinks, so on and so forth, and we will be back in about 15 minutes.
Could you imagine if that was the first thing Stream heard?
That's why I said it during the countdown.
Honestly, though. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. Thank you to those that stuck around during the break, and we are back at it. Before we took break there, we just finished the first hour and a half with Jebediah going to bed, and 3 of our party members entering the library. 1 member of the party currently in bed, and unknown to what the other 2 members are doing.
Just in the hallway, aren't they?
I'm in the
I was
hallway.
still at the table.
1 currently at the kitchen table, and 1 just chilling in
So
the
you
hallway.
went back to the kitchen to hug her and whisper, and then went back to the hallway.
Mm.
Alright.
And then that's just where we left off. I didn't make a choice yet.
Alright. So with that being said, who's all going into the library?
Myself.
Me.
Me too.
Johnny.
Alright, so we got 4 people going into the library.
3?
I'm going to.
4.
Well, I'm gonna walk to where everyone else is.
5.
Alright, so we'll have 5 people going into the library, and 1 in bed weeping about how good supper was and the fact that the room's still spinning. Actually, with that, before we go into the library, I want you to roll me another Constitution save.
All of us or just her?
Just Nartha.
Okay.
This is in regards to the alcohol, not the supper.
Oh no.
You guys are
You're
not
proficient.
kind to me.
It's a good thing you're proficient.
10.
The room's still spinning. Your eyes are starting to get a little bit heavy, though.
Oh, she's gonna throw up.
Nartha need bathroom. Nartha need bathroom. Nartha's gonna start like trying to crawl out of the room.
Alright, and as you're trying to crawl out of the
Did
bedroom...
Naruto still take off the disguise? Is Naruto crawling out of the room as a goblin?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
It's a good,
Nartho free goblin.
it's a good thing we're in the library.
And as you're crawling out of bed, you 5 are entering the library, of which you see 2 walls full of books, a nice leather recliner in the corner with a nice lamp beside, well, not lamp, but a lantern for lantern light.
Nice candelabra.
Yes. There's a little, kind of like a coffee table, but not quite so high. Yeah.
I'm gonna start skimming the books until I can find something about the rainbow unicorn holy symbol.
Okay.
I am going to look for secrets. I'm gonna look for like.
He's gonna throw books off the shelf till one triggers something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not to that extent, but I'm.
I just want to look for a book with a huge spine, like something that he reads very often.
Okay. Anyone who's looking for something, I'm going to want you to roll investigation to see if you find it, but I'm also just wanting to know what Snow and Hala are going to be looking for.
You're gonna be looking for any old maps.
Okay.
I want to look for anything, like any trinkets or anything.
Well, it's a nice candelabra.
Alright. Soraya, what'd you roll?
15.
15? You're skimming through books, just kind of doing the no. As you're looking, you come across a book that seems like it would have that symbol, but it doesn't quite have the full thing. It's kind of just got like the unicorn portion.
Okay.
Minato, you were looking for just secret entrances, stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. Anything that would kind of pop out.
What-
Something that would be useful for us,
Fair enough.
pretty much. With that +0 to investigation, that's a 30.
Alright. You're pulling books off. Nothing's going on. You look under the lantern. There's a box of matches kind of tucked into a little crevice for what you could assume would be to light the lantern itself. The recliner you find has a hidden bottle of rum in it.
No!
I'm gonna pocket that for later.
Alright. You swiftly put that bottle in. Nothing seems to pop out at you in the way of like secret passageways or anything else hidden other than the bottle and the box. Or not box, but that like weird cardboardy paper thing that just has a little flap.
I'm gonna check out that cardboard thing. It's just matches.
It's just matches.
Nothing special.
With the little striking strip on the one side.
Okay.
Hayla. What were you looking for again?
Looking for any old maps, and I had an 18 for investigation.
The only map that you've seemed to come across is a map for the town. For the lovely town of Riverdale. On this map, you see Jebediah's farm, the road that comes into town. On where the town is, you see where the mayor's house would be. You see where there's a blacksmith, where the port would be, so on and so forth. And then on the opposite side of Jebediah's farm, you see this weird, kind of like dotted line that goes across before you get to the end of the map. And then the last portion of the map is just kind of blank.
Okay.
So blank, dotted line, Jebediah's farm, and then town on this map.
Alright, I'll put the map away where I found it and carry on.
Okay. Snow.
8.
And you were just looking for little trinkets, right?
Yeah.
The only thing that you really come across would be there's a quill with an ink bottle. That's really about it. Sitting right on the coffee table. It's the only thing that even remotely catches your eye. Otherwise, just a bunch of books.
Okay.
Captain Ajani,
I got a 17.
and you were looking for what again? Sorry?
I was looking to see like what books it was that he was constantly taking out or opening or reading, by like, trying to see like which ones had worn out spines and stuff like that.
You you find a couple books that have worn out spines. One in regards to farming, and then there's another one about arcane arts.
I'm gonna take them both out, and the farming one I'm just gonna like take a quick like flick through, see if there's nothing just like hidden in there, or if it's just genuine farming. But I'm gonna sit down and actually open up the arcane arts one.
Okay. The one about the farming, you do your quick flip through. There's a couple pages that have stars on it. Corn, wheat, stuff like that. You can only assume that he's marking these pages for a potential, this could be my next crop, or this page would be for a better fertilizer for the crop, stuff like that.
Okay.
As you sit down and start to read through the Arcane Arts book, you find information in regards to spell circles, necromancy, sorcery, a little bit on druidic magic, and a little bit on divine magics.
Okay.
There's 2 pages near the back of the book that have been ripped out. And that's about it for like a quick skid through to see if there's anything of major importance.
Okay, what chapter were the two whipped out pages from?
The final chapter, which would have been titled Magical Items.
Okay, I'm going to stand up and put the book in my bag and turn to the party, to the library, as everyone's digging through this place. And I'm going to look at everyone and say, so, I know it's not just me who thinks this guy's way too well off for a farmer. Am I? Like, you saw his bedroom, like, he's very well read
I've had my doubts
for a
myself.
farmer.
You guys invaded this man's privacy and went into his quarters?
No.
What's wrong with you guys?
Did you witness us do this?
The way he talked about the bedroom and
I saw
involved
his
you
bedroom
guys, I
first, I
can
went in it.
assume. Plus 4 of you went off to the bathroom together.
Yeah, we fixed the sink.
Alright.
I would like to look for a journal / diary, if possible.
Journal/diary. Roll me actually, you got a 30. Don't have to roll again.
Captain Hajani, what did you put in your bag?
At the
A book.
at the
Something I
other
plan on
end of
reading
the
later.
table, you do find the.
I'm gonna read it.
Okay. Do you read from beginning to back to front, like the last entry?
I'm just gonna start
somewhere
reading the
between-
front, and then if nothing interesting, I'm gonna flip. And then I signal to Ajani to come over here.
Signal to him before you start reading, or when you find
As I
something,
like
or-
open it up and then start kind of like reading the first couple sentences, wave him over.
Okay.
I'm gonna rush on over and watch over his shoulder.
The first page is date, blah blah blah. You don't really care about the date because you're just looking for information. It starts with like Friday, went to the store, got seeds. You flip a few pages. Thursday, because you skipped almost a full week of pages. It rained and heard howling in the fields. You're like, this is boring, this is all farming records, so you skip halfway through the book. Suddenly you find there was a knock on the door. Went and answered it. There was this tall, brown-haired gentleman wearing these weird robes. I let him in, offered him supper, talked to me, told me these weird stories about creatures and dragons and blah blah blah. Was only half listening to his stories, thought it didn't really mean much. He went throughout my library, started looking at a book, and suddenly upped and left after that.
Does it mention what book?
It mentions that he went through the Arcane Arts book
Okay.
and tore out 2 pages.
You hear that, Ajani?
Yes, I don't hear anything. I did read it though.
Yeah.
And then, as you flip a couple more pages, you find an entry about his sister. My sister came by and visited. I got mad. It ended badly. Hope no one finds out.
Is his sister in the basement?
And then there's a few blank pages after that of just no entry, flip the page, no entry, flip the page, no entry, flip the page. But it's still dated. Like February 22nd, February 23rd, February 24th. Obviously not February, but whatever. But there's nothing else written other than the date. And then suddenly you get to a few pages past that. Guards came by to see me. They haven't seen my sister in a while. I shooed them away. Pushed them out the door. After that, you go more to the end of the book. And it's the day prior. And he cataloged how this weird gray-skinned person came into town, got really messed up in the head, and then I didn't see him for the rest of the night. Talks about how you came into town clutching your chest and then passing out in the docks. Talks about how there was this more colorful cat that entered town and started hitting it off with the mayor's daughter and then vanished within their household. It appears as though this man's been watching your moves and steps. You flip one more page and it goes into talking about how the rest of you entered town. It talks about how Snow was thrown in jail. Not into extreme detail, but more on the lines of he watched the guards take him and put him into a cell. I was doing so good.
You called my character a he, so I mean.
Threw him into a cell. And then how this little goblin came into town, just strolled in.
He knew he was a goblin.
How this weird priestess strolled into town.
Weird.
Called for help and made up this job
So he made it up.
and got everyone to come together.
Do you say that
And
openly?
that is the last thing wrote in the book.
Do you say openly that he made it up?
Not just yet.
Okay.
I say it quietly enough so that a Johnny can hear it, but I don't know. How close are you?
How big's this room?
Probably like a good 15 by 15.
It's probably not.
Because I'd be like this and say, so he made it up.
So yeah, no, we wouldn't hear it.
We need to tell the rest of them.
Yeah.
This concerns their safety too.
Soraya. Honey.
Snow.
Come here.
You guys need to think of a better nickname for you.
Well, Martha's
Well,
crawling
just tell
through
us
the
your
hall.
name.
Honey's fine. What do you want, darling?
Your name, sweetheart.
I audibly gag.
What?
I look at the journal. Does it say her name?
It doesn't.
Okay.
They just describe
It-
us.
It doesn't state names. It just describes you.
Okay. It just says.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, bees puke you up. So who's laughing now?
We're in the house of a man who's watching us, lied to get us here, and possibly killed his sister.
Oh.
So,
I mean, that kind of explains the hatch.
Yeah. Now my question for us is, do we want to bum rush his room and pin him down on the bed and tie him down while we investigate, or do we want to sneak down to the hatch and risk him locking us down there? I say it like this because I'm very biased towards what decision I want us to make.
I mean, I think
Honestly.
the safest option is probably to tie him down.
The safest option is to leave
how's your
with our
deception,
bearings.
Soraya?
How's my deception?
Yeah.
Not very good. Why?
I was thinking maybe a seduction and then tie him to the bed.
I think our best bet would be to all bum rush him at once.
You're asking me
No
to be a
stealth about it.
succubus.
Not as just per se. Just get him to the bed and tie him there.
I'm gonna reach into my pack and pull out 50 feet of rope.
Oh,
Alright.
cool.
I think we know what option we're going with.
Yep.
Minato, you feel like a little bit of a brailing feeling on the back of the book, like there's some raised bumps
On the back.
on the back of the book.
I flip it over and
You rub your fingers across it. You can tell that something should probably be written here, but you can't figure it out.
okay. I'm gonna look for a sheet of paper.
Okay.
Do I find one?
I mean,
You're holding
there's
paper.
You're in a
Blank.
library.
There's
Like blank
blank
paper.
pages in the journal.
Boy.
Oh, I'm gonna take one of the. I don't gonna rip the book though. Is there any like just loose sheets of paper? Yeah, that's what
None
I'm
within
thinking.
your immediate vicinity.
Well, I'm gonna try it anyways. I'm gonna rip off a page.
Okay.
Make sure it's one of the blank pages.
This is one of the blank pages. I'm ripping off a blank page. I'm gonna state, and then I'm gonna find like a piece of charcoal or something, and place it, and then
These
It's like one of those elementary school like spy kits.
they
He accidentally draws the Mona Lisa instead.
they
nope.
they show up, and it appears to say, "Too bad we're all trapped now."
We're all trapped?
Someone try the front door.
I'm gonna go try the front door.
Go to the front door.
Do you see, as you're leaving the
Opens.
library, do you see
Do
Nartho
I see this little goblin
crawling?
crawling?
I forgot about that too.
Nartho's
Yes.
crawling, trying to find a bath.
As you leave the library, before you try
Just-
the door,
Alright, let's go try.
there's a goblin crawling from the bedroom, trying to get to the bathroom.
Open the
You see
library
this
door
goblin
again.
Exorcist crawling across the floor.
So I'm gonna open the library door and be like, does anyone know why there's a goblin here? Goblin?
I'm like, oh, that's North. There, I got him. And then I go, come on, little buddy. Let's go get you to the bathroom.
Nartho.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna continue on to the front door.
And I deliver her to the bathroom.
Alright.
Him.
You try the front door and it opens.
Is there anything outside?
All you see is that same plant, however more wilted and dying.
Can I go? It's more dead?
It's more dead.
I'm gonna investigate this plant again.
Alright.
Nope, still just looks like a normal plant to me.
Alright.
I'm gonna go around the perimeter of this house to see if we can find like a cellar entrance or anything.
Sounds good. Roll me investigation.
Let's use the other die.
Once I get her to the Nartho to the bathroom, I'm gonna go back to the library.
Sounds good.
Nartho's gonna
does
like
a
sit in the
3
shower.
Find anything?
Okay. A what?
A 3?
Sitting in the shower, in the shower,
You-
just throwing up.
He's not throwing
Don't
it.
really find anything. It just looks like a basic farm.
It's night, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see like the outline of a shed. You know where his crop is.
Okay, so I'm gonna find a rock outside.
Okay.
Put light on it, but
Okay.
make sure it's not overly bright. I'm gonna do another search.
Sounds good.
Pretty sure 7 doesn't find anything either.
Unfortunately not.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut that light out and I'm gonna head back inside.
I'm gonna once he gets once she gets back inside, I'm gonna look at everyone and say, in the journal he said he made up the job, but those jackal wares were very real. So if he made up this job, that means he somehow got those here. So we should assume that whatever's in the basement is probably under his control too.
So be on guard is what you're saying.
Yeah, we don't know if he did, like, if does he summon them? Does he make them? Like, we need to, not only do we need to tie him down, we probably need to gag him so he can't say any spells that he doesn't need to move his hands for.
Fair point.
Is this
So-
your first time breaking into someone's house?
And gagging them? No.
Well, most of the time it's, consensual, but one of us has to go for his mouth and the other each take a limb. We need to pin him down right away.
I'll go for his right hand.
Go for the left foot.
We each take one limb and one person goes for his mouth. Like, we can't give him an opening.
Left hand, I guess.
How is? Yeah. Okay.
I'll gag him then.
Okay,
I'll
I'll go
take
for
the other foot.
You're
I'm
the one
gonna
with
take
the
my
iron
sock
knee.
off.
Oh god. I was hoping to get left foot to be on the exact opposite.
Alright. We should all sneak down the hallway and prepare to, barge in once we pick the lock. He probably locked himself inside.
Fair. I'm gonna go stealthy stealths.
Nartho's gonna turn on the shower and he's just gonna sit in there.
This farmer has that good running water.
Poor
You turn
drunk.
on the shower and It's loud.
Yeah.
Like it does the typical,
It doesn't wake up the farmer, does it?
but there's not a lot of pressure.
You're
It's
in a
like-
hotel.
It's like, but with the sound of hitting water.
It's like a waterfall.
This poor drunk little goblin is just like crying in
Um,
the shower. Why is it me?
The other 5 of you, that are, I'm assuming you're all stealthing. I want you all to roll stealth. I can tell you that because Nartho turned the shower on, the DC got easier.
Okay.
The farmer
I got
never heard the shower go
16.
off, though?
Well,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know
Okay.
because you're
You don't even care. You're just in a
I'm just
drunk
drunk.
shower.
water.
Yeah.
You could
Sobbing.
safely assume that he woke up, and you could also assume that he'd be used to it, so he slept through it.
True, true.
You could assume it either way.
He's just sobbing in the shower.
Okay.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Clothes on and everything.
26.
26,
17.
17,
13.
13,
21.
16.
20, and 16. Alright. You're all making your way from the library to the kitchen. No issues at all in this first little trek through the hallway. You get into the kitchen. You're all heading towards that back corner door to where you all know Jebediah's room is. Suddenly you hear a wham as Soraya accidentally hits the table. You all pause for a minute. You hear the running, pounding water of the shower in the distance. And you think, maybe he didn't hear us. And you continue. And you make it the rest of the way to his front, or to his bedroom door.
-2 in dex does not make stealth, my friend.
Fair.
Alright.
I'm gonna not
So,
open
you
the
wanna
door,
pick or
but
shy?
I want to see if like it turns. So, but I'm doing it so gently that if there's any like resistance, that I'll try not making a noise.
Can we get a non-drunk person to open this door?
I'm not drunk anymore.
It's been minutes since you last drank.
I didn't drink the rum.
No, the whiskey.
That's an even
whiskey.
bigger lie.
It's none of your concern.
If you want to try and do it without the like click click sound, I would want you to roll me stealth or sleight of hand.
That's
Take your
fine.
pick.
Performance?
Stealth it is, because I'm proficient in it. That +7, boys. It's 21.
All right, you grab it. You do that very slow turn because you don't want to wake up whatever's sleeping on the other side. And it gets to that point where you know it's locked.
Okay.
So you turn it back and then let go.
And then I say it's locked.
Snow, do you want to take this one or shall I?
You can.
You want to help?
If you'd like to help, it would just make
Give him
Captain
advantage.
Ajani roll with advantage.
So it's a
Okay.
better chance.
Sure.
So Captain Ajani, roll lockpick with advantage.
Alright, and that's just a d20 with, since I'm proficient with lockpicks, it's just my proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Alright, well thank Christ for that, because it was either a nat 1 or a 19. So that makes it 21.
All right. I keep dropping my pencil.
Should stop doing that.
It's on the table now.
So thank you, Snow.
You're welcome.
Notice you struggle. Here, let me do it.
Captain
I'm like stuck there for a second, and like Snow just reaches over and moves one of the picks like half an inch to the left, and just does a click.
Basically, you start to struggle, and Snow just steps in. It's like, maybe you should do it like this, and just shifts it that slight little bit, and it clicks open and doesn't break your lockpick.
I just pull like 50 more out of my pocket. I'm like, I'm used to this.
Are they all broken?
You,
They got
Ads.
better.
you see as he like opens his pocket to put it back in, and he starts to like shuffle it around a bit. There's a couple broken ones and well more not broken ones, as if like he knows himself that he's probably gonna break some more.
Alright, everyone ready to rush?
Do we have the rope out, and do we have each a separate piece of rope now?
Do you cut to that one piece of rope? It's one 50-foot piece
50
of
foot
rope.
rope. Yeah, so how
You
are we
can
gonna...
cut it into
We all
segments.
need to pin him, and then we just bind him afterwards.
Like a hog tie.
Yeah, we can do hot tie.
We just hog tie him with hands and feet behind his back.
Okay, I'm gonna, again, open it ever so slightly so it doesn't make sound.
Okay, go ahead.
We just
and-
rush.
Yeah, but as soon as I get the door open so we can just swing up the door, now that we make a click with the door, and he wakes up.
Alright, I'm gonna get my sock ready to shove in his mouth.
Okay, here we go. Thank God I'm proficient.
Fucking blunderbuss.
This is... Thank God I'm proficient. That is an 18.
18. The door opens nice and quietly, not even a creak.
I got an 11. Okay, ready?
Alright, you all rush in. You see him laying there on the bed. He's just kind of laying on his back, nice and normal. He doesn't appear to have woken up to the shower or to the bumping into the table. You all leap at your corresponding limbs, and I want you all to make a strength check.
It's gonna be a straight. Oh
Me and
no.
you are in the same boat.
What are we making?
Strength check, please.
Oh, dear God!
Strength check as in saving throw or just whatever?
Just check. So it's just your strength modifier.
Alright, so that's a 14.
16.
It's a 28.
Holy shit.
That's a 9.
It's a 15.
Holy shit, how'd you get a 28?
Nat 20. -2.
Halo.
Oh.
What limb were you going for?
Opposite of that guy.
What limb were you going for?
I was going for an arm, but he chose the leg, so you
She's
got
going-
other arm.
Yeah,
She's
I was
going-
going other
I
arm.
thought you were going for the leg.
No, I
She
went for
wanted
the
leg.
You wanted. You got leg before I could.
So she's the right
Leg,
arm.
leg, arm.
Arm.
And then
Legs,
Ajani
arms.
went for the
Head.
mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had gagging his mouth.
Okay. All of you grab his limbs, you shove that gag in his mouth, and you kind of try and hold his head still. He notices this, and Hala grabs his right arm, because that was the right one, right? Right
Yep.
arm? He does the typical, like, holy shit, and starts squirming. His right arm gets free, and he goes for a swing at Captain Ajani, because he's closest to his face. Does a 19 hit you?
If I say no, does that change the answer?
No. You take a nice solid 4 damage to the mouth as he sucker punches you across the mouth.
As I see this, I want to hit him right in the jaw, see if I can knock him out.
Knock
Here.
Captain Johnny out?
You're hitting Jebediah,
Jebediah.
as a knockout hit.
Gonna try to.
Okay, roll the hit.
Well, does he have advantage because he's technically prone?
Yeah.
Yes. Do I?
Yeah.
Thank God. It's a 15.
You hit him. Roll for damage.
8 damage.
8 damage? You were making sure there's an unconscious? Like, that's what you want? You want to knock him out?
Yeah. I just see him punch him, and I'm like, nope.
You watch Jebediah freak out, loosen his arm, smack Ajani across the face, and then you instinctually wind up, punch him right back, square in the nose, and suddenly he's not moving.
I'm gonna look for a pulse.
Go ahead.
Didn't hit him that hard. Come on.
Oh my goddess.
I'm assuming medicine.
Safe bet.
Oh, cool. So 35.
You put your fingers to his neck to feel for the pulse there. He's definitely got a pulse.
So he's still alive, but he's unconscious.
Time up now.
Alright, let's, is the bed like a master bed? Like, does it have, like, wooden poles going up towards the ceiling?
It's got like a headboard, but it doesn't have the board at the end by the feet.
Tie it by the legs of the bed. Does it have legs?
Yep. It's up off the ground. It's probably got like a solid
Tied to the legs.
foot of space underneath.
Time to the legs.
So you all take your...
Well, I'm gonna tie his feet towards one, foot of the bed, like the two posts at the foot of the bed.
Are you gonna do starfish?
No. I have to cut my rope for that. And then I'm gonna wind the rope up behind his back and then tie his hands towards the other foot of the bed.
So he's laying diagonal?
No, like I'm having him on the floor at the foot of the bed, and like the 2 feet at the foot of the bed. I'm tying his legs around one foot and his hands around the other foot of the bed.
So you're putting him on the floor, laying him beside the bed, tying his hands to where the head of the bed would be and feet towards the foot of the bed.
Yes.
Okay. So then he's basically just laying in a straight line, hands above his head,
But off the bed.
but off the bed.
Yeah, he's not getting in a comfy bed after punching me in the teeth.
Fair enough. Alright, so you have him tied to the bed on the floor.
Alright.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
I was like 90 different
try and look around his room for any more stuff about arcane arts. Like search his headboard, like his dressers and stuff like that. I'll take a look around his room, see if there's anything more suspicious, anything that points to his sister or
I'm gonna
dark
turn
magic.
on the light now. And then I'm gonna rip open that hatch.
Alright.
Like, we might want some stuff before we go down there. We don't know what's down there. There might be.
I'm just opening it. I'm not actually going down it.
You open it up. Ajani, roll me investigation.
How far down did you say it was?
10 feet.
10
10 feet.
I'm gonna cast the light back on the cork that's still down there.
Okay. It lightens the...
Alright, does 19 find anything?
Pardon?
19.
You do a nice, good sweep around the room, and you don't find anything in here in regards to the Arcane Arts book.
Nothing about his sister either?
In regards to his sister, you go into the wardrobe, and you find a... kind of like a fur coat made to fit a human female.
Is it fancy?
As fancy as a fur coat would be.
Those can get fancy.
It would depend on your take of a fur coat.
Well, is it a fancy fur coat or is it a survivalist fur coat?
Fancy. It's not made for trekking mountains or anything like that.
Alright, I'm gonna put this in my rucksack.
Alright?
While they're investigating, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
go
didn't know
check
your
on
relatives
the
were over.
bathroom to see if Nartho's okay.
Sounds good. You head back to the bathroom and you see Nartho sitting under the water, still with like his undershirt and pants on.
Can Nartho make
Sobbing.
a constitution check, see if the water has helped him clear his head?
What?
Can Nartho make a constitution check and see if the water's helped him clear his head?
Sure.
Sure. Finally! That is a 22.
22?
Mhm.
Through the couple minutes of sitting under the water, the room is slowing down. It's still spinning.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely feel like it's helping. And then suddenly Halo walks in and sees you, still with tears kind of rolling down your face. You're not sure at this point if it's tears or if it's the water.
Nartho, are you okay?
Honey? What are you doing in the bathroom?
I'm making sure you're alright. You've been in here for a long time now.
Really? Wait. Oh my god! We're Nartho cloak.
I can only assume that you took it off before you stepped in the shower.
How did Nartho get here?
I would ask Minato. Do you want me to take you back to the group? We have a lot of things for you to catch up on.
Okay.
I'll take his little goblin hand and lead him. Lead him like a little kid.
Nartho need equipment.
Do you know where it is? Then let's go ask Minato.
Okay.
And to take him.
Alright. Suddenly, Hala comes back into the room, now with Nartho, clearly visible as a goblin.
Hey, little buddy.
What's happening?
We assaulted and tied up the farmer who gave us shelter and food.
Why?
Reasons, of course.
Why? This farmer Jebediah man helped Nartho find Master.
Nartho's
This
a true
Jebediah
goblin,
man
man.
may have also killed his sister and summoned the were-jackals, or jackal-wares, that attacked the farm.
Can I
Just to kill us
detect
here.
any undead?
Oh.
Through
Yeah, Jebediah
Within
is a
60
good
feet
man.
of us.
Oh.
using what?
Jebediah was closest lead to
My
Master.
Eyes of the Grave.
Oh. Nartho said.
Yes.
Oh. How many?
Does the ability specify that you can tell how many
Any undead within 60 feet of person that isn't behind total cover.
you can sense 3?
There is company near us. There's at least 3 undead creatures nearby.
Minato.
I'm sorry, this might be a little insensitive of me, Soraya, but can you bless water?
Can I bless water?
Yes. Can you make holy water?
I
Or
think
is that a
in my
station?
old life I could have, but not currently.
I'm gonna look for a candle. You know, I'm gonna go grab the candelabra from the library and come back.
Done.
Minato. Where's Nartho's
And you are
equipment?
correct.
It's in the bedroom.
You
He come.
actually roll me a religion check.
Crit fail. But I need, if it really makes sense to you, it adds up to 5.
At this moment in time, you kind of blank in regards to how blessing of water works. You just know that you would not be able to do it.
With the candelabra, I light it too with those matches, so it's active.
Cool. So now you got a nice little lantern going.
I thought it was a candelabra.
It is.
Whatever.
What do we need the candelabra for?
You'll find out. We're going down the hole.
Nartho went and got his equipment. He followed Minato to the bedroom.
Okay. You're fully geared up and ready to go. A little wet underneath, but
Are there still locked doors?
You can get his keys if you want.
There's 2 locked doors. Because 3 were bedrooms, 1 was the library, 1's the bathroom, 1's his room, so there's still 2 more locked doors.
Captain Ajani, did you want me to try blessing the water?
Honey, you can do that?
Yes, I can.
Well, now I know something new about you. Yeah, definitely, if you could do that, that'd be amazing.
I'll go to the kitchen and fill up a glass of water with the tap and attempt to bless it.
what are you
You can curse the water
doing
if you
to
really
bless
want.
it? Do you have a specific spell to do so?
Would you
or
rather me
just-
roll religion, or I can also
Wait.
use bless as a cantrip?
I mean, there's multiple ways you could go about doing it. You could use bless as the cantrip to do it. You could try praying to your goddess. to
Question.
help.
Would there be holy water in the priest pack?
Yes.
Yes, there is.
Then I already have some.
I also have holy water.
I come back with a glass of water. I remember I had some. I'm gonna start sipping it.
Alright.
He's just thirsty.
Yeah.
So yes, we have holy water.
Okay. You said that you sense undead.
There's at least 3.
Well, keep that handy.
Well, down the hole we go.
You just jump down.
Ready, Captain Johnny?
Yep. And
Hey.
I'm gonna jump down.
You two jump down. Make me an acrobatics check.
Can I use the
Well, it's
ladder?
10-foot drop, right?
Yep.
Right, so plus 6 is 24.
Okay.
I got a 16.
Got 16. You
Superhero
both
landing.
It's really bad for your knees.
you both land. Not an issue.
As soon as I land, I take some of the whiskey and take a sip, but I don't drink it. I leave it in my mouth.
All right.
Nartho's looking down the hole. Nartho need help.
You
Minato.
watch as Soraya just.
A priest pack actually does not have holy water in it.
What, no?
No.
What?
Good to know. I will let you rewind that, and instead of sipping from the glass, attempt to bless it if you wish to do so.
I'll just use my cantrip.
Okay. So you use the cantrip on the holy water, and now you have a little glass of holy water. And you watch Soraya climb the 2.5 feet of the ladder and drop the rest of the way. That leaves Nartho, Snow, and Hala at the top of the hatch, with Jebediah tied up to the bed.
Pick up my cork so I can look around.
Done.
Should
My
somebody
candelabra.
Done.
should somebody stay with the gentleman?
He's tied up pretty good though, isn't
Yeah.
he? He should,
Alright.
should he be okay?
Should we check the locked rooms?
Well, the only other locked rooms there were there's 3 guest rooms, the library, the bathroom, and here.
There's 2 doors left that are locked right next to the bathroom.
Wait, what? Oh.
Yep, because there's a total of 4 doors in that hallway. One is the bathroom, one is his room, and there's 2 locked doors still.
Oh. I did not. Yes, go investigate them while myself and Minato are just down here alone.
I'm with you.
Right now, the party is split in half.
Split the party, split the party.
0 to 10. Do not recommend.
It's only 3 undead. Only. Maybe.
That are without cover.
Yeah.
So, you two and Ajani are down in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
You 3 are grabbing the keys and going to check out the other 2 rooms?
Yep.
Alright. Who wants to go first?
I will take lead down the hole.
Well, we gotta roll for initiative.
I
Or
want
I thought we were in combat, my bad. No,
I want the 2 groups to decide which one wants to go before the other.
You just want to roll a d20, whoever's higher?
I'm good with letting the hole go second, because there's a majority of the party above the hole.
It's half and
There's
half.
only
It's half and half.
Oh, who's down here with us?
Myself, you, and Minato.
Okay, so you did jump down. Sweet, you're a G.
Can I give you the glass of holy water?
Do you just want to roll and whoever gets higher goes first?
sure
I have the glass full.
I got 7.
5.
We're going first.
The hole's going first?
5. A battle for the ages.
Alright. As you 2 are holding up your lights,
I'm gonna make sure I stand in between Hajani and Minato.
so it's Minato, you, Ajani?
Yes, so I'm never in front nor behind.
Okay.
Just in case.
And I have the candelabra like this.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna stand right next to Minato, because the captain does not stand behind.
Never mind.
Sorry, you're at
So
the back.
I'm in the back. I'm gonna keep watching behind us then with my cork.
There's You notice a
I also have
but-
dark vision for 60 feet.
All right.
I forgot to mention that.
Do I have dark vision?
Out of you three, who has dark vision?
I'm gonna need your book.
Nothing has dark vision, but you're not there.
Yeah, I have dark vision. I'm not there.
Oh,
Why are we looking
dark
at?
vision. We're all like elves, goblins, and
Whatever has
the
the
backseat. I think we all have
think
dark
it's-
vision.
I need to double check to make sure I do or not.
Asmer?
Yep.
Yeah, you do.
You have dark vision, I think 60 feet.
Yeah.
Cool. We're confirming this right now. This is accurate.
All right. So you all have dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need the
So there's
torch.
no one that's gonna be sitting
The
there
torch is for a
polishing
different
their shorts with cannon.
purpose.
Well, my cork with light.
Yeah.
So you're all able to see 60 feet in front of you. It's just more black and gray. But then for about 10 to 15 feet in front of where your light source is normal, full color. You can see perfectly fine.
Okay.
In the distance, you do see 3 figures at the end of this tunnel.
How are they standing, walking?
They appear to be shambling.
They're a pain.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna get close enough for them to maybe note. I kind of like motion because my mouth's full. Over there.
So you're all taking some steps forward.
I'm gonna take a step forward.
I'm gonna follow.
Oh, did we find the undead?
Yeah, you can see them at the end of the tunnel. Well, you see 3 humanoid-shaped figures that appear to be shambling.
Can I throw the cork down over there? So it doesn't hit them, but it can light them up?
I would let you throw it. Roll strength. Or dex, whichever, take your pick.
It's a 7.
You throw it, and you're like, eh.
Halfway between us and them.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, from you to that is the dark vision, black and gray, and then it kind of gets like light, and then if you look past it, it becomes that black and gray again.
I'm gonna go up to a point to see if they notice us and move towards us. But if they don't, I'm gonna keep moving towards the cork.
You make it up to the cork, and that's when they appear to stop.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly like reach down, get the cork, and then I'm just gonna
Toss it.
toss it again.
All right. Roll strength or dex. Take.
I'm gonna go dex because that's the higher one. So 21.
21. You throw it, and it bounces off the ground, hits one in the knee, and finishes its landing at their feet. You now see 3 skeletons standing at the end, with little bit of clothing kind of draped over parts of them. 2 of them seem to have like patches of hair still coming off of them, which seem to be a bit longer. They're mostly deteriorated, with little bits still remaining here and there.
Okay.
And with that, I will cut to the upstairs party.
Dun, 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 dun.
So you grab the keys, because I'm assuming that's what you're plotting. So you exit into the hallway, leaving Jebediah unconscious attached to the bed.
Mhm.
You have 2 doors that you assume to be locked. Which one would you like to try first?
Left to right.
Go for the right.
Go for the right. You grab it. Go to turn it. It's locked.
Start trying keys.
You're putting keys in. Takes you a few tries. This one just so happened to be the last key that you tried.
Of course.
You unlock it. You open it. It's an empty room, but the only thing in it is one single safe at the back wall.
Oh shit. Nartha want it.
It's shiny.
Let's go get it.
Oh boy.
Nartha doesn't even want the stuff inside it. Nartha just wants the safe.
So you go up to the safe.
Can I look to see if a key opens it or a combination?
It appears to be more of a combination.
Shoot.
Which one are you guys smart? Nartho not smart.
What would that require?
Either the passcode or
Cat with keen hearing, listening for clicks.
And also just
I will let you roll history.
Don't know if that'll do much. 14.
As a bit of a professional in your field, you've come across a few things similar to this. You know that you could either get the combo, put your ear to it and listen to the clicks, or just try and break it open.
I'll try listening.
Okay? So you put your ear to the door, and you start turning the knob. I want you to roll me perception.
8.
8. You just hear the
Alright, that didn't work.
Shut off the alarm.
suddenly police.
It's an ambulance, it's fine.
Alright.
We're here for the man.
Should we check the other room and come back to this if we find anything?
That could possibly be a code, yeah.
We'll go try the other door then.
Alright.
Shake the farmer awake and scream in his face, "What's your birthday?"
Why? Surprise party.
You go to the other door, you start trying keys again, you get in, not a problem. You see one single wardrobe at the end of this one. Empty, other than the wardrobe.
Narnia?
Arthur's gonna waddle up to the wardrobe and open it. If he can reach the handles.
Oh.
Body falls out.
Can he reach the handles?
Master.
Mistakes.
Oh god.
I'll say yes, but barely. Like, you're on your
He's just
tippy
like-
toes, and the, like, handles are coming to, like,
Yeah.
this knuckle.
So like you're just like scratching it.
Yeah. Nartho got this! And he like tugs it open.
Alright, so you manage to get your little fingers in there, and you pull it, and you have to kind of like do a swing yourself backwards to get it
Does
open.
Nartho fall backwards as he fall over?
So you don't like fall to the point where you hurt yourself. You
Yeah.
kind of like bleh,
Yeah.
fall onto your back.
Yeah.
And as this opens, you three see a person inside.
Oh.
Ah!
Extremely thin, very malnourished,
But alive?
but alive. You can see the chest doing a very slow breathe.
Is
Just,
this
like,
person
laying in the bottom?
conscious?
They are unconscious and they are laying. They're not like on their back. It's not wide enough for a body to be laying flat. It's more like knees are kind of tucked to their chest and arms kind of down, leaning against the back.
Is
You're
it
gonna jump
female?
back in shock.
It does appear to be female.
Should Nartho try to wake the person?
We can try.
Nartho's gonna very gently.
I don't want.
Nartho's gonna be very, very, very gently because he's scared that he's gonna hurt the person. Just kind of do a light little shake, like, hello,
Alright.
hello.
As you give this person a gentle nudge to try and wake them, you see one eye kind of flutter open very slightly, and I want you to make me a perception check.
This is a miss, correct?
Isn't this?
It's a what?
Perception.
A ma'am.
Oh,
Ma'am,
yes.
a lady.
Mademoiselle.
Femme fatale.
She's a lady.
17.
You notice this eye is a little bit grayed out. Almost like a part of the person's missing. And
Something
then it
wrong.
flutters shut again.
Something wrong. This person's eye gray.
That's out of my league.
They look like they're not there.
Are they like visibly injured or they're just malnourished?
From just a visible standpoint, they just appear to be extremely malnourished.
Narth will go get soup.
As a person's first meal, please don't give them
It was great!
I'm gonna try to, still gently, I don't want to hurt her, but like, try to keep her awake for longer. And just be like, Miss, are you okay?
Narth will run to the kitchen and look in the fridge. Find vegetable.
You find that you have difficulty keeping her awake and aware. She'll do the like, her eyes will open, they'll stay open for 5 seconds max, and then they'll flutter shut again, and it'll just keep repeating. You do find some vegetables. You find the same vegetables that he was chopping up to put in the
It's like a carrot.
paste.
Narth will ran up with a carrot.
Okay.
I'm scared to try to make her eat or drink because she might choke.
See, Narth will just hold it up to her mouth and see if she'll take it.
Pre-chew it for her.
No. Narth is just kind of like holding it to her lips, like, come on. He's trying to be like,
Just-
take it.
Putting it to her lips.
Yeah.
Trying to shove a carrot in her mouth. It's so weird.
That's Narth.
Weird visual.
You like put the carrot to her mouth.
Mhm.
Nothing. You just like eat it.
Yeah.
And she's just like,
Nartho stumps. Takes a bite of the carrot.
Well, no water.
Blessed water.
Why would we do blessed
Dump.
We're just gonna dump blessed water on. Can we try with normal water and see if hydration might help her first? I'll take out my water skin from my pack and gently, not like splashing it in her face, but see if she'll take any sips of the water.
you do the gentle, like, pour a bit in her mouth, back off. You get the feeling like it's running down her throat, but not that she's swallowing it.
Oh,
That
okay.
is just like, it's just making its way on its own.
Okay. I'm gonna try my best to take her out and just kind of like prop her up so she's a little more like laid out.
Just kind of lay her out on the floor.
Yeah, kind of just make her sad she's out of the closets.
Alright. You do so and try and do it in a way where she would be more comfortable.
Mm.
And she just lays there, unmoving, but still that very slight breathing.
Is she holding anything?
No. Other than her will to live.
Oh,
Does she have like any like notes or anything like in her pockets? Does she have?
She has no pockets.
Oh, is she wearing clothes?
She's wearing one article of clothing covering the lower portion of her body.
Titties out.
Titties out,
Narpo!
other bits covered.
No, I'm not gonna say anything. No, I'm just like, does human need a shirt?
I'm gonna. Do you still have your cloak?
Yeah.
You guys
Just got the hood up.
I'm gonna take off Nartho's cloak and put it over her. Just
That's
for
Nartho's
Mona's
favorite cloak!
You'll get it right back.
Nartho's a good boy and will give it up.
Listen to the otherworldly voice in your head.
He would. Nartho's a good
I'm gonna
boy.
joke.
Nartho's little angel. But she in need.
Is there anything else you wanted to try?
Should we just leave her here?
Should we smash the safe?
You're still worried about the safe over this woman?
Of course I am.
You can do whatever you want with the safe. I'm gonna let the rest of our crew know what's happening in case they find something down there that might help.
Sorry, I'm laughing at a comment.
I think we read
Is
the
it
same
about
book.
the what's it called? Fine, please. Is it about the titties out?
No.
Panda says to punch her in the face. Easy.
That's the sea captain all over again. Oh god.
So, well, I'm going to go back to the bedroom.
Okay.
I guess Nartho will follow. Nartho too stupid for safe.
Okay.
I don't think I have the strength to
Yeah.
break that open, so I'll follow.
Well, I mean, wait a minute.
Can finesse
Wait a
it.
minute. Nartho's a strong boy.
Is he?
Oh my god.
Nartho's a strong boy. He's a tank. Okay. Nartho go help him. Nartho see if can break open safes. Let's try this.
Alright, so do you two both go to the safe and you
Yes.
go to the room?
Quit.
Okay. You two go to the safe, you go to the room. As you enter the room, I'm assuming you're just yelling down the tunnel, hey, found this bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, we found a lady stuck in a wardrobe, but she won't wake up. Can I glance to make sure that Jebediah is still unconscious and tied up?
And still there.
You yell this down the hallway. Those three hear it. And as you glance at Jebediah, you can see his eyes are still closed, but the eyeballs under the eyelids are kind of starting to do the darting around.
And our friend seems to be near conscious.
Now we'll jump to the safe.
Whack him upside the head again.
I'm not gonna do that.
Do it. Stupid mind.
Okay.
How are you going to try and break this safe open?
You insulted your dog.
God.
Do it.
How is Nartho just punches it?
Oh, didn't that you?
Do the secret.
Hey.
Is there anything like I don't even know how other than just like
Use a weapon and just go to town. I don't know.
what do I have as a weapon?
I love how your thing says Nartho's Adventures.
Yeah, Nartho's Adventures. Is there anything like heavy in the room that he could probably like
The safe.
smash against the safe?
There's the safe.
There was only the safe in that room. Can't you use like the blunt end of your weapon and just like smack the
That's-
contraption thing,
Okay. Nartho will try and smack the
the dial or
yeah
whatever.
with the back of his thing.
Okay.
Strength.
Absolutely.
Charisma. Seduce the lock.
Okay, please roll good.
Ooh.
15. 17.
17. You give the dial a good whack. It doesn't really seem to have moved. You kind of chipped it a bit.
Nartho, try again.
I'll let Nartho try again.
That was a 19.
19. You whack it again. Instead of chipping it, it's more of like a Y-shaped crack.
Okay, Nartho's gonna try and hit it right where the crack is to try and make it.
'Kay.
One last time.
Pick up the safe and suplex it.
That time was a 14.
14. You hit it one more time, and the crack just gets a little bit deeper.
Darcy can't take his sword and try and like pry the crack
Yeah.
open, can he? Or actually, what does he have? Well, he has a hand axe. He doesn't want to break his sword. Take one of his little hand axes. They're like that big.
It's like a butter knife.
And he's gonna try and like wedge it in the crack and like try and like pop it open.
Okay.
Just don't break it.
The blade of the axe goes in just fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough of a crack there for the sharp blade to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a do strength or dex, take your pick.
Perfect. So another 19.
Another 19. You get one of the pieces to pop off. So it's, if you looked at it as a Y shape, one of those two bottom pieces are now off. So it's the top piece of pie and one of the two side pieces of pie, whichever.
Snow, can you do anything with this?
As you,
Dartho, try his best.
Isn't the safe technically open now because it's missing a corner?
pretty much,
Oh.
you can see the mechanic
Mechanism?
pieces that would allow you to push open the where the numbers would be to get in.
Right, so can I open it?
Absolutely. As you push those pins up and pull the safe open, inside this safe, you see a small pile of gold, a small pile of silver, and a small pile of copper, as well as a little book with a strap that comes over with a lock.
Okay, well,
Narco
clear
break
that
this
safe
lock.
Okay.
Shiny?
With that, you clear the safe out. You find yourself 400 gold pieces, about 250 worth of silver, and about 175 in copper. And then you can mark down leather strapped book from safe. You can just mark it down as that for now. And then right there is where we're going to end it for tonight. Just because we are at 11 o'clock. I don't want to get into any combat this late. And I know that we all have places that we need to get to, and I know a bunch of us has to work in the morning. So with that, I would like to thank everyone that tuned in tonight, and I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. And I'm extremely excited to see what transpires next week on Tuesday. Everyone, have yourselves a great night, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a wonderful time.
Have a beautiful time.